Hello, I am Tara, the author of the Dining on a Dime cookbook where you can eat better and spend less. We have real food for real families, none of this crazy stuff, guys. But today we are talking about side hustles for kids. It is almost summer. By the time this video comes out, it will probably be summer for most kids across the country. Mine stop school tomorrow. Sadly, no.
Right? Summer's awesome for the first couple weeks and then...
Yeah, I know. So we are talking about side hustles with my wonderful assistant, Janelle. For those of you who don't know, I think actually this is our first video, isn't it?
I think so. Woohoo!
All right, so let me introduce you. This is my assistant, Janelle. She is the one who is my email bouncer. She helps me. She helps me take care of all the email, and she's almost kind of put herself out of a job almost because she's gotten my email so under control that it's like super easy now.
Awesome.
So I really appreciate it because my poor email, I have like 4 different email accounts and oh my goodness.
It's hard to keep up.
I just can't keep up with it all. So I hired Janelle, and she is wonderful. So if you guys email me, just so you know, this is the beautiful face that it comes through first before it comes to me. And I do see all your emails that are, you know, pertinent to me, related, but Janelle helps you with your orders and that kind of thing. So this is Janelle. So thank you for joining me.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
All right. So today, Janelle also is very frugal and very thrifty. She has 4 kids too. She's a pastor's wife, so she really has to be thrifty and frugal because, as you guys know,
I am, but I never lead with that myself.
It's funny because, you know, people don't realize how ingrained it just gets into your life. And it gets going with your kids. And so we were talking and she's like, oh yeah, my kids were doing X side hustle or whatever. And I was like, oh, we need to do a video on that because we're always talking about adults doing extra to make money here and there. But the kids this summer can do all kinds of things. So give me some of your suggestions. I've got a few. We're going to go through and give some suggestions to keep those kids busy. Kids need to work. Kids need to learn how to work too.
Oh, for sure. So my husband and I both are from farm families, and we don't have a farm now. So it's really hard for us because in our minds, our kids need outside chores all the time, every day. So we always are looking for things for them to do.
Yeah.
But summer's coming, so it's a great time to throw on Facebook or anywhere. We have a little small town, so we can hang a poster at the grocery store too. And we can say we have somebody who will mow. My daughter, who's 10, is an awesome weeder because she's helped me so much in the garden, so she knows what to pull or not. She's talked about hiring herself out to pick up dog poop for people after she learned how much those companies get.
Huge.
And she loves animals. So she's like, please sign me up for that, which is great because some people are skeeved out by that kind of job.
So here in Colorado, here's something funny about picking up the dog poop. Here in Colorado, it dries out, so we just mow it.
Oh, it's not dry here. It just keeps raining for days. So if you have other kids in your yard, you definitely have to pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
But also if you're like moving, because some people in the really bad winters will leave all the poop all winter. And then the spring thaw is horrible. So now's the time to hire out for that.
But that's a great idea. I mean, these companies get a ridiculous amount of money. Like here in Colorado, I think it's like $100 and it takes them like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And if you're a busy working person or whatever reason you're not going to do it, that's a great job for kids.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Let's see. What else? So my own kids actually take care of our neighbors' dogs. While they both work long days, and so we just go over in midday because I'm home. So my 2 little kids go do that with me, and my oldest little kid is going to be 5 this summer. So he makes about $20 a week doing that.
And at 5?
Right.
Wow,
yeah,
that's great.
Awesome. And then so that all just goes in his piggy bank. And then also the neighbors buy really fun snacks and fruit for him and for my little girl. So they look forward to a snack and it cuts down on our grocery budget. They get treats, they get fruit, so that's half of their lunch. And then my big kids take care of them after school, so they get paid too.
Uh-huh.
And then they've watered gardens for our neighbors when they're gone on vacation. The big deal is you really just need to put yourself out there. You need to let people know if you need something, please let me know. I have kids for hire.
Yeah. And, people don't think outside the box, but like, have your kids help you in the garden and then have a little produce stand. Or like we live in a neighborhood, I can't really have a stand because we have an HOA.
Oh, yeah.
But, I think HOAs are from Satan, but that's just me.
But if you have one of those neighborhood groups, our town is so small that we don't, but we have a city Facebook page. You can throw your rhubarb on there. People are buying rhubarb by the pound, and that's a perennial. You throw that in once, you get it every year.
Well, and like what we do, some of our neighbors, they will just advertise their produce and say, I have a bag of tomatoes. It's $5. Come pick it up on my front porch. And they do that. And they actually get a decent chunk of change selling their extra produce or herbs. Herbs, people don't, they always do tomatoes and that kind of thing. But herbs are really big. Because people pay more
Last year
for them.
at the grocery store, you could not get dill in our area. So anybody who had dill, that was the big hot canning item.
Oh, see, yeah, that would be great. I didn't think about dill, but you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's easy. A lot of herbs are invasive, so you're good to go once you get them started.
Well, and like Heidi, who happens to be your best friend, which is kind of funny.
She does. I love her so much.
But she takes her strawberry plants and sells them and teaches people how to do it. Well, kids could plant up in little pots. Just save your pots. I have people who will just give me their extra pots. I just go around and ask them if I see that they're planting. I just ask if I can have their leftover pots because most people here just throw them away. Have the kids put those up in little reused pots. Sell them.
Sure. For sure. There is kids in the next town over that do tomatoes every year, and they sell those for $3 to $4 a pop, depending on what variety they are, and they make their money on that every year. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
There's kids whose dad, they have an acreage, a smaller acreage, and the dad throws in pumpkins every spring. In the fall, they pick the pumpkins in gourds and put them by the road, and they just have a box and collect the cash. But
that's a great idea.
Yeah, as a kid, I sold sweet corn to a local restaurant. We had a farm, so we had a big patch, but whatever you have access to, it doesn't take a lot of room to have a ton of basil or something like that. So,
well, and the thing is, people don't realize it teaches them more than just business sense. It also teaches them patience. Because especially with the gardening type things, that's going to take a while before they see money coming in from it. It makes them comprehend, wait a minute, when I start a business, I have to get going first before I see anything happen.
Yep.
And especially in today's generation where we have to have everything. I mean, Amazon is doing 1-day delivery now. Really?
Well, not to me.
Well,
but they say they will. Yep.
Well, they are here, and we are by a warehouse, so I can, but still, it's like you can't compete with that, and people expect that now. And I think it's good to teach kids that delayed gratification actually brings you really good things,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It's so good for you.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else have my kids done? Oh, so my oldest son took apart pallets. Pallets are so trendy on Pinterest. And I don't know if you've ever taken one apart, but I had a friend who wanted to do a pallet wall accenting her fireplace. Those are a booger to take apart. And he spent hours doing that for her and made, I can't remember if it was 100 or 120 bucks. But I mean, that's something that you can do around school. You don't have to have a garden. I actually went and picked him up off of a free ad on Craigslist. So it didn't take any cost up front to get him going on that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that's a
great.
good one.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, don't overlook paper routes. The kids in town here do little paper routes, and then sometimes there's like a weekly junk paper kind of
Hmm.
thing,
Hmm.
so you aren't as committed. And there's one friend I have whose kids only do fill-in for other kids
Mm.
in town, and that's nice because then you're not tied down.
Hmm. Yeah.
But
And another thing here in Colorado, which would be big there too, because you're in Minnesota, is snow shoveling.
oh, for sure.
People don't think about that, but snow shoveling can be really profitable here. I mean, kids get like $30 for shoveling just a driveway and the sidewalk in front that takes them like 15, 20 minutes.
Well, and we live in a closed neighborhood of older homes, so the driveways are really big. And I've told our son we have a deal that we'll pay up to a certain dollar amount for half of a four-wheeler with a blade to get him going on a small business. So hopefully he'll get to his goal and we'll be able to see him do that next winter for people.
Oh, that's a great idea. And then you have a four-wheeler you can use for your driveway too.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. And then what else? We just got a wood splitter. We have a wood burning fireplace, actually two of them, so that
Hmm.
we use that for backup heat and power outages. But he and my husband have been going to get free oak at lots of different places where they're taking down trees this spring and they're seasoning it so they can sell it next fall.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
a good
it's
one.
crazy. I looked at the grocery store. We were at Corey's parents in Iowa this past weekend, and I think they said it was $7.95 for a bundle of like the
Oh
pre-wrapped at the
my.
grocery store. So I know it's not
Wow.
that much everywhere, but you save a
Wow.
lot compared to buying it at the gas station and help a kid out.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's great. And like BJ, here's one that's kind of out of the box. So my oldest son, he decided, I never knew this about him, but he loves fish. And one day he got a fish tank for $10. A huge. We're talking this sucker is huge. Even empty, it's super heavy. 60-gallon or 80-gallon, I can't remember. It's big. Fish tank at a garage sale for $10. And he filled it up and he started doing his fish in it. But here's what he sold. He sold the plants.
That's awesome.
He sold the plants that he grew. They just kept growing and growing and growing. And he sold the plants. And then he also exchanged the plants at, was it Petco or Smart? I can't remember. One or the other of them. They take the fish tank plants because they need them and will give you store credit. And then he got
Cool.
fish supplies to keep going. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So there's tons of things that, really think outside the box. I don't know. Did you have any other ideas? Was
Oh, let me
that
flip through my list. There were some kids who had a pretty lucrative popcorn food stand at garage sales.
really?
Citywide garage sales this season. That was all they had on the corner. They had a corner lot, and that was all they had on the corner. And they had one of those, cool old-timey machine-looking things, but you wouldn't have to have that. That was all they
Huh.
had was popcorn, and I can't remember if it was 50 cents or a dollar, but you got a nice bag, and it was good, and people were hungry. They were stopping by to get it because it's a smaller town that we live in, but nobody wants to leave garage sales. If you're
Mm-hmm.
a true garage sailor, you don't want
Oh,
to
no.
leave. So they'll pick up
No.
whatever's around.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great
I,
idea.
yeah,
I didn't think about the popcorn. See, we have lemonade and, water stands here, but.
yeah. Let's see. Heidi's son had a really good mowing business last year too.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to say, I don't know if you talked with her about that, but he wrote out a flyer and talked about what he was saving money for, what his goal was, and that his grandpa was going to oversee the work he did. And he made a fair amount of money. He worked
Oh,
really
yeah.
hard, but he did really well.
Yeah.
So,
It was funny because Heidi, I remember her texting me and she said, yeah, I told my son I would match everything that he earned. I'm regretting it now.
nervous. She got nervous.
She was like, I totally regret that now because she said, he's earning a boatload of money for what he's
No,
doing.
he did good. He's a hard-working kid.
It's crazy. Yeah, we didn't even mention the mowing, but that, that is another huge one right there.
Yeah, I think that the biggest tips I have are to let people know
Mm-hmm.
wherever you go. Let them know we take odd jobs
Mm-hmm.
all the time. And don't say no if you
Yeah.
don't have to, because then they're more apt to ask you next time.
Yeah, and for older kids, I had a girl helping me clean the house when we were having a really hard time with trying to get some book stuff done. And I can't do it all. And so I had her come in and she helped me, and she was an older teen girl. But there are a lot of older teen girls, and even guys, who would be good at cleaning houses, but they don't cost quite as much as a house cleaning service.
Oh, for sure, especially if you're moving or you have a
Mm-hmm.
new baby and you're home, and then that way you can kind of supervise and teach
Yeah,
them at the same time.
yeah.
That's an amazing resource.
Yeah, it was great. I was home and she was just like, okay, I got done with X. And I'm like, okay, I need you to do this. And that was some of the best money I've ever spent. I hated to see her go to
Hopefully.
college. I only
Oh,
used her a few times, but oh man, if she wasn't getting ready to go to college, I would have used her every week because she was so great. She was a hard worker, and that's the thing. You need to teach your kids to be hard workers, because then, like with my 21-year-old, he is one of the few hard workers in his job. And he is now at a conference because just in 4 or 5 months that he's been at his job, he's the top seller
that's
at his
wonderful.
store. And he's at a conference for the top 50 sellers in, I don't know if it's the region or the state, but anyway, because we made him do chores and because we had him do odd jobs, he learned how to be a hard worker. And now, even without college, he's doing really, really well as a salesman at his job because he learned those skills. And I don't think people really grasp how important it is to teach your kids these skills.
Oh goodness, no. My husband worked at a machine shop part-time while he was doing a bunch of other stuff because, always
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
stuff. And his supervisor, he said at my first review, that was his first paid job off the farm that he grew up on.
Mm-hmm.
And his supervisor said, you're such a good employee, blah, 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 at the review time. And he's like, really? Because I feel like I'm just kind of regular. And the boss said, you show up when you say you're going
Mm-hmm.
to, you call in if you're
Yep.
going to be late or if you're sick or whatever, and you do the work I tell you to do. And not everyone does that. So if you
No.
can instill that in your kids, they're leaps and bounds
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, I really think that it would improve like a huge majority of people, especially the younger age, if they would have gotten that, grasp before they go into the workforce. It really, I think, helps them to move forward quicker because they're not having that learning curve.
Yeah, and they're so proud and they take such ownership
Mm-hmm.
in the things they earn too.
Yeah, they do.
Take
I
better
totally
care
agree.
of their things because they buy them, or they're more
Yeah,
invested in having a good time at camp because they paid for it, or
yeah, I totally agree. All right, guys, thank you, Janelle. Some
welcome.
tips for getting your kids out of the house this summer. I am the author of the Dining on a Dime cookbook, where you can eat better, spend less. And actually, this would be a great idea for kids too, now that I think about it. You could have kids take your family recipes, and if you're going to a family reunion or something, have them make up a little booklet with the family recipes and sell it at the family reunion to the friends and family. That would be a great, because they could
Yeah.
just take it to Staples or Office Depot and have them printed up in a little mini booklet, and it's only like $1.50 or something, and then they could sell it for, $6 or $7 or something to the family. So that's another idea for kids to, because some of these big family reunions, there can be a lot of people.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, so anyway, please like, subscribe, and share. Please give us a great big thumbs up, and we will see you guys next time.